Hi, everybody. This is Awareness Games. It's a series where I share an inspiring teaching and I talk about one of my favorite board games. So I learned this from a friend of mine, Sunit, and we did it once, and I liked it so much I've done it so many times ever since. It's very simple. When you sit with family or friends, you decide maybe 3 minutes is good. Could be longer, could be shorter. 3 minutes seems to be good. Everyone takes 3 minutes where they'll not be interrupted and they can talk about anything that's on their heart. And could be something very superficial about what's going on in your life, or could go deeper about where you're feeling stuck and maybe something you're struggling with. But it's so rare to have 3 minutes where you're just the pure center of attention and no one's looking at their phones and they're just receiving you the way you are. And if you don't have much to say, then all right, then be quiet. Some days you will not have much to say. And some days you'll have a lot to say, and 3 minutes will feel less. And I love this practice where you're sitting with family or friends, and everyone just takes 3 minutes to share what's on their heart and mind. And some days, if you want to ask a question to explore more deeply, I like the version where you can just talk about anything. But if you want to take a question and say, hey, what has been an important learning from last year, perhaps you can explore that. So just something so powerful about just giving everybody about 3 minutes. Or you could take longer if you like, 5 minutes. So yeah, that's very simple practice, but very powerful practice, I feel. Going around the circle of your friends and family and sharing with each other what's going on. And sometimes a revelation to realize. Because what's that nice question? What are you not saying? Because no one's asking. And not only is it insightful for others, it's insightful for ourselves, to hear ourselves, to voice. When you voice it, in a way, you're also hearing yourself speak like, oh, really? Is that what's going on with me? The act of just speaking aloud can be insightful. So that's the practice I wanted to share that I find very inspiring, simple, practical, accessible to everybody. And here's the game I want to talk about today. The game is called Just One. This is one of the games that has always been a hit. You can play with 3 people? You could play with 3 people as well, yeah. But normally I think it really shines 4 people and more, 4 to 8 people. It's say 3 to 7 people. But I have found, just given the materials in here, you can even play with 8 people. So I would say between 3 to 8 people can play. And I think it's best with larger numbers. And it's such a simple game. I mean, this game can be taught in literally 2 minutes. It's a cooperative game. So this is one of the games. People aren't used to this genre called cooperative games. Cooperative games are where you're all playing against the game. So in Just One, it's a cooperative game where there's one word. For example, the word could be, let's say the word is apple, right? Very simple word. And everyone has to give one clue. And before they show the clue to the person who's guessing, one of you will be guessing, they have to check if there are any common clues that will get cancelled out. So for example, for apple, someone writes fruit, someone writes tree, someone writes red, someone writes iPhone, and maybe 2 people wrote fruit or 3 people wrote fruit. So sorry, they're all cancelled. You can't show those clues to that person. So now the person only has tree and red and iPhone. Tree and red and iPhone. And maybe they'll be able to guess it's apple. Or maybe not, right? So if they get it, fantastic. As a team, we've got that card. And if you didn't get it, then not only do you lose that card, you lose one extra card because you have 13 cards to go through in this game. And so if you're not sure, you'd rather pass, in which case you'll only lose that card. So at the end of the game, the closer you get to the perfect score of 13, you guessed all 13 as a team, the better it is. It's such a simple game, and it's really a lot of fun. And it's one of the most popular games that I've collected. So yes, this is a fun series where I talk about something inspiring and a game as well. I do give away a game every week. My aim is actually to popularize this hobby of board gaming in India and in the world. I think it's a very healthy way of spending time with each other, much healthier than looking at our phones all the time. So I want to popularize this, and this is my little way of doing it. I give a game away every week. I also give a gift voucher in collaboration with the board game company. Board game is spelled as BORED. And so yes, join us by subscribing to both my YouTube channel as well as Board Game Company's YouTube channel, and put comments down, and we will select. In fact, I've asked them to select. They'll select 2 winners every week. In fact, we just gave away yesterday the gifts for 2 of them. I think they're on their way. Lovely, everybody. Have a lovely evening, and be well. Good day, good night, wherever you are.